Hello, art students. So I know that some of you expressed some concern about not being able to access paper that goes to at least 21 inches. So what I want to do with this piece of paper is just show you a way that you can still do the Elements project, except it won't be a long, narrow strip. You will use a piece of paper that is 9 by 12, and you'll divide it quite similarly. The directions are already on Google Classrooms, but I do want to go ahead and add a video so that you guys have something to follow along with. So this paper, like I said, is 9 inches on the short side and 12 inches on the long side. If you have paper that is that size, then perfect, you can use it. Your sketchbooks should be that size or close to it. If you have paper that is smaller, you'll just want to email me or reach out on Google Classrooms, and I'll explain to you how you can still achieve the same result. But basically, on the long side of our paper, where it's 12 inches, we're going to make our hash marks every 3 inches. So with the 3, the 6, and the 9. And then I'm going to move my ruler down to the bottom of the page, making sure that I'm lining the ruler up with the 0, because you don't want to line the edge of the ruler up with the paper, because that will actually cause you to not have an accurate measurement. So again, at the 3, the 6, and the 9, and then I'm just going to connect those lines across. Make sure that both of your hash marks are on the edge of the ruler, and then just draw that line across. And then in order to make enough rectangles to get all 7 of the elements, what we will do is put our ruler on the short side now, and just make a hash mark at the 4.5 on this end, and a hash mark at the 4.5 on the other end. And you just always want to use hash marks whenever you are able, because that just helps you make sure that when you're drawing a rectangle or something like this, you've got very parallel and perpendicular lines, so that you end up with sort of perfect even divisions. So then from this point on, the rest of the videos will be the same. You will take your template, whether that is a tracing or an actual stencil of cardstock, and you will put it in each one of the rectangles. Remember, just like the other example, you will want to label the section first. You can label it really small in the corner and leave that label if you'd like. So line, the next one was shape. Let me grab my other example. The next one here is color. And then we've got value. And then texture. And then space. And then form. So those are the 7 elements. And now if I put the label really small in the corner, chances are my template, my tracing or drawing will be small enough that I can leave that label there in the corner just to remind me what goes in each section. So then at this point, I would be ready to go ahead and go back through each section with my tracing or with my stencil of cardstock, whichever way that you are doing things in terms of the silhouette that you have picked. And then the rest of the videos are the same for both modifications. This is just so that if you are working on these at home and you don't have paper that you can make into a 21-inch strip, you can still get all 7 rectangles on a 9 by 12. You'll just have one extra rectangle. You can do whatever you want to in that one. You can write your name, you can title the piece, kind of the elements of art, whatever you feel like you want to do with that space. But then that way you can still rest assured knowing that you can complete the project accurately and correctly.